What's up, guys? Take a look at this gem. 1977 Ford F-350 wrecker. Picked her up off an old boy there around my area. Just kind of sitting in the woods for about a year and a half. For the price I paid for it, I really couldn't pass it up, but it's not a bad old from what I've seen. I mean, engine runs strong. Everything runs strong on it. Needs a lot of lipstick and rouge, but I believe that's a 351 Cleveland. At least that's what the guy said anyhow. There's a lot of shit in here that needs fixed, but I mean, it runs and everything, and for what I do, I can use the hell out of it. Body's pretty solid on it. Needs some paint, stuff like that, but ain't really no leaks or anything that I know of. Brakes all seem to work. Got good tires on it. The mast and the boom and stuff, I believe that's all homemade. The way it looks. The winch works real nice. The way this winch works is, so let me get my piece of pipe here. Let's see how this thing works. I got a little bit of work to do for the there's a cable that runs from this lever here. Okay, it goes from back here clean to the front of the truck where your clutch arm is. So what you do is, this one here is your clutch. Push that in until you can't push it no more. And you need both hands for this. As you're pushing that in, you put that in up or down, then you just let back out on your clutch. That'll run your winch up or down. And I put that Clevis Air on last night. Not the best looking, but hell with it. The way this was set up was, this fella had the boom cable. He had it hooked up to these piece of shit bolts. You can see over there, well, that's all bent and shit. So I went, fixed that up last night. I just put some clevises in there, and I think that's a lot better setup in my opinion than the way he had it. Got that cable hooked to some clevises. The cable's a little rusty, but the cable is in good shape. Swirly lights, I didn't get them working yet. Like to get them working just because that's, I don't know, it just makes it an old wrecker. Like having them fucking swirly lights up there, I guess. It's a little froze up. You got to work on that a little bit. I believe that's your free spool. But I mean, really, this right here is the worst spot on the whole truck. What I'll do is I'll just take some plate. I'll cut this out. Phone's looking like it's ready to die, but anyhow, I'll take some plate, cut this out, and weld some new plate in there, and get this circumference of my wheel well and everything. And somebody had that hook to the back of this thing one too many times, and they pulled a little too much stress on it. And if you look at it, it's split apart right there, and it started to pull up on it a good many times. Put some new, not new, but way better than what it was, sling mining belt on there for the sling last night. It's a lot better than what it was. The old shit was all frayed and everything else. Need to get some new work lights on it. Got damn good tires on it. Well, anyhow, the body's pretty solid. There's a few dings in it, but I mean, altogether it's solid. The interior's, yeah, 70s Ford interior. Needs a panel over there. Actually, I have another truck coming that I'm actually going to go get with this one, and it got panels and shit in it. I'm going to go ahead and put panels on it. And cab's solid. Cab mounts are solid. Everything seems to work. Dash lights do not work. Gauges work. Dash lights don't work, so I got to look see what's going on there. Like I said, this truck, she sat for probably at least 1.5 years in the woods. Heater works, everything works, other than the dash lights and the swirly. But I got some paint at the house, do a little bit of body work to it, get her looking right. And nice solid old push bumper on it, the way they used to have back in them days when the cars all had steel bumpers and you could shove them down the road. But I mean, like I said, when I got it, the old boy said that it ran off electric fuel pump. I couldn't figure out why. I'm like, well. So I went to look at it. It was in the middle of the woods. And, well, there's your electric fuel pump right there. And I seen the lines were looped right back into it. So I don't know if he thought since you hit this switch in here, I think maybe you thought since you hit that switch in there, it runs a fuel pump, that's what it ran off of. Well, I got to looking. Seen the line coming from the carb, and it goes down to the manual fuel pump, the mechanical. And you can't really see it in there that well, but I looked at it and it looked kind of shiny. Almost like somebody had replaced it, but... So anyhow, I've dumped some gas in her and got her primed up, and she ran. This guy lived about a mile back up over the hill in the woods, and fired up, stayed running, took it down his driveway, lit it up on the gooseneck, and brought it home. Been running ever since. It smoked a little bit when I first got it, but I think the valve seals and shit need a little bit of lubrication, but got a decent toolbox. I got some shit in there, I don't know, just odds and ends shit. But I mean, don't seem to leak anything. I changed the gear oil in the hoist. It was all milky looking. Gears looked fine. I need to run that cable out yet and straighten that out, but put new gear oil in it. I got to change the oil in the actual truck and then put new plug wires and shit like that on it. But it runs fine. Don't leak nothing. Holds temperature. I don't know. I don't know if he thought it was, I don't know if he just didn't want it no more or what, but everything works on it right now. All the lights work except the swirlies, and turn signals all work. Everything. Hell, I'm running her up the road. She goes in Tuesday to get inspected. But being as I just got it, here in PA, it's legal to run up the road for, I think, 10, maybe 14 days until you have to get it inspected. But either way, it's getting inspected. If he's going to gripe about that, well, either he could fix it or I'll fix it. It don't really matter. But everything else works on it. I noticed there's a brake line off the master cylinder up there. Looks like he just pinched it off. I don't know if it needs a brake line or what it does, but the brakes work right now. But I'm assuming it's probably just for the back brakes. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty proud of the old girl. I mean, everything works pretty good. And I wanted to wreck her for a while, and I picked this one here up for about $1,500. Didn't really put much work into it. I mean, I put a little bit into it so far, but I just got it. This was cracked. I noticed last night. Buddy welded that up for me. The other one was cracked as well, so we welded that up as well. Put some safety hooks on there for when you're slinging something. I mean, I don't know. For what we do, that light does work. We just had some wire on it, which seeing if it did work, but it don't matter. I'm gonna take them off anyhow and put some LEDs on there, and they're a lot brighter, a lot nicer. I know it don't fit the year era, but they are nicer to work with. But as far as the truck goes, she's pretty solid. I mean, it don't got much rust on it. Frame, you know, in the back here, it's a little flaky and shit, but it's definitely a lot better than a lot of ones I've seen for the prices. We can bend that back end back down and get her fixed up, and I'm gonna put a new hitch on it for my trailer. We do a lot of me and my buddy, we do a lot of demolition derbies and stuff, and this just fits us just fine for what we do. I love these old wreckers. It's my third one I've owned. I don't have the other two. I sold them because I was retarded, but I believe I'll probably have this one until she rots in the ground, because every time I sell one, I regret I sold it. But I got another one with this one. Frame's all redone. The cab's on it and the fenders are on it. The hood's laying on the frame on the back. No motor in it. The guy was redoing the truck and the frame's all redone. I got a Holmes 440 hoist with it. New boom, new sling. It has a wheel lift. Everything with that truck, it needs put together, but everything's there. It has a new winch in the A-frame for the Holmes. Guy put a brand new winch in it. But that one there, I gotta go get it yet, and I'm gonna go pick it up with this one. So you don't live that far away. I've been driving this thing like crazy just around just because I can, but anyhow, she seems to be a good old truck. That other one there, looks, I mean, cab might be in a little worse shape, but somebody in the other truck cut the cab corners out, and they're out right now. I got to put cab corners in it, but it's pretty well solid too. The frame's real solid. They have the frame all painted up and redone, the cab set back on it. But I've got both these trucks package deal for $2,500. So I was thinking on the other one, just leaving it, maybe throwing a flatbed on it and just keeping all the winch and shit for this one, or I don't know. We'll see what happens. I might just end up putting her together and having two of these things, but it's two-wheel drive. I'm not really fond of the two-wheel drive, but I'll deal with it. It's a hell of a lot better for what we do using a cable system and a winch than using a jack half the time, lifting bodies off cars and shit like that. That mast does come out of there. It slides out, and you can slide her clean out probably another, I don't know, another 5 foot. So, yeah, I don't know. I like it. It needs a paint job, needs some lipstick and rouge. Had the old baseball bat I found behind the seat with the gun rack. Well, I don't really want to carry a gun around in the gun rack because this day and age people probably steal the son of a bitch, but I put the old baseball bat back there I found. Hell with it. But little lipstick and rouge, guys. She'll come around. I like it. Had about 1.5 inches of moss on it when I got it. Took her to the pressure washer and pressure washed that shit off, but hell, just an old wrecker. Well, that's about it. I'll give you guys some more videos here later on of different things, but just kind of starting this shit out. But yeah, I'll give you another video of the other truck and some of the other items I have, and keep you posted on what goes on here around the Evans farm. But yeah, people text me and everything else. What the hell? Anyhow, that's the old wrecker, 77. Should be a good old girl, anyhow. Well, that's about all I got for you today. I'll keep you updated. Have a good one.